This morning, our devotion is about old dogs and new tricks, which is a saying that gets more offensive to me every year. But here's the good news. I taught a while back that I had done some study about the brain, and there's something called neuroplasticity that they have proven now that your brain can rewire up until the moment of your death. So there's really no excuse ever to say, oh, I'm too old for that. I can't learn this or change this about myself. Because our brains themselves have what's called neuroplasticity all of our lives. So it is never too late. Let's begin with our affirmation. I am open and available for the universe to send me whatever is necessary for the evolution of my soul. I boldly declare I am free from the lower mind and from literal thinking. I am not my beliefs, and I am surrendered to the process of Spirit taking me from glory to glory. So the story that is told here in the text of the devotion is about the Apostle Peter. And he was a Jew, and he was convinced at one time in his life that no one but the Jewish people were God's people. And so God had to send him some events in his life to show him otherwise. And it explains here in the text of the devotion about the dream that God had. The dream that God sent him and said, he told him to eat animals that were considered unclean by the Jewish culture, the culture that he had been raised in. But he realized later it was a metaphor, because when he woke up, he was instructed by God to go to the house of Cornelius, who was a Gentile, who was not of the Jewish faith, and to interact with those people. And what Peter came away from that experience saying and believing and having learned anew is that God is no respecter of persons. And that lesson had to be sent to him because he did not learn it on his own. And you know, how many times do we see that happen? If you have racial prejudice in your heart, guess what? Yes. Your precious daughter is going to come home with a person of a different race. If you are homophobic, guess what? Your son is going to be gay. If you are overly connected to one political party, or you think your religion is the only way, guess who your next door neighbor is going to be? Somebody of that different party or different religion. Because it is our purpose here to grow and evolve and to become one and to get over all of those things that do not matter to God. So it doesn't matter how many years you've believed a certain way, always be sensitive. There's something else I want to say is you have a choice. I also did a teaching once called All My Lessons Come to Me Gently, because God will come whisper in your ear, hey, you may need to rethink this about your life. And if you don't hear the whisper, then he'll get a little louder, and then he'll tap on your shoulder. And it's not really God, it's just life, it's the universe, and it'll bop you upside the head if you don't pay attention to all the softer warnings that have come, or nudges that have come before. So let's be very sensitive and listen and say on a regular basis, God, what about me if anything needs to change? What do I need to rethink? What do I need to relook at? What do I need to relearn? And then do it the easy way so you can avoid doing it the hard way. Let's say our prayer today together. Divine change agent, I surrender to the process of being transformed into my highest expression of divinity. Today, I ask you to send me whatever is necessary for my unfoldment. Amen.